Well, we're back. And just using, oh, come on. How about that and that? And just shook it a little bit. There we go. Okay. Holy moly. I tried something new today and it definitely did not work out. So I'm back. Kind of. Ouch. Let's get this guy moved over. And thank you for your patience today. I just wanted to try some new equipment that, well, it's not new. I've had it for quite a while. And I'm going to need a lot more practice. Just like I tell you guys to practice, practice. It's true with anything. You got to practice. But I'm back. And I'm just going to finish up this egg. It wasn't doing anything of other things to be doing. I've almost finished moving into the home office. Pardon me. And I was just dabbling and trying to learn new things. And so we're here. Awesome. So maybe I can zoom in with this guy. Oh, I sure can. Whoa. And what's the light look like without, let's see if I can move some things here. What should I move? This closer? Or I'm just going to get a little bit better set up here. You guys will just be patient a little bit more. Ow, that's hot. There. Maybe. Maybe so. And put that there. Okay. With all this equipment and technology, constantly trying to learn things. Oh, I wonder, is there sound? Of course there's sound because I'm on the phone now. Okay, very good. So, nothing huge today. I'm just going to be gluing on this. I think I started a week ago and then got sidetracked doing um, moving home office and things like that. So, if you have any questions, I am here to answer them. And I tried to go ahead and paste all the info of everything I'll be using into the description, but it didn't let me do that on this option. So that's why it's not there yet, but it will be when I finish. So, so far, oh, I don't have the right chat open. Come on. There we go. Creative, good to see you on this happy Saturday. I've got glue. Well, not really that wet, but that's how long ago I started messing with that camera. But I'm just going to finish up this crazy little egg. And I didn't have the right glasses on. I have my computer glasses on, ones where I can actually see. Now I can see. Fun stuff. So this is the egg I started a few weeks ago, or I'm sorry, just a few days ago. It's a real egg that my husband cleaned out for me. It's getting very heavy now, but that's okay because we're just gonna keep gluing on this springtime mix, and we still have plenty of those. We did sell out of the blue bunny mix. He went super fast, and pardon me. And that's it. So it's just a happy Saturday. Hopefully the screen is clear and in focus, and that you can see how much glue I'm putting on or how much glue I'm not putting on. Some days it's a little bit heavier. Today seems fine. And of course I'm using my trusty Crystal Katana tool. I'm going to use my opposite side to press in. Blessed and Creative, it is not a one-time use. I actually just refilled this with the Fusion Tack glue that we have here. It's great for any kind of water-based acrylic type glues. It is not good for glues that are going to cure in the bottle. But I just leave it, actually I leave it on my desk, laying down just like that. We have a little tip. It has a tip and a pin. We keep the pin in it when we're not using it. Keeps it from getting clogged. But I literally leave it on my desk laying down with the pen in it. It never dries up. Um, I've used them for many, many years, actually decades now, and it is my most favorite bottle. It's soft to squeeze, has a soft shoulder on here, so it's not going to give you a callus on your knuckle when you're working with something like that. And the weight is nice. It's not too much glue in your hand when you're doing this professionally like we do. You have to always monitor your posture and make sure you're not straining your hands and your position and things like that. So it's just kind of the adding up everything that we do to make it better for to be able to do it every single day. Thank you. Yeah, it's good stuff. And I don't normally put little bitty SS5s in this type of thing, but this mix does have some, so I guess I'm gonna use them since they're in here. And even this one is an unfoiled SS7, so I'll put it on my fingernail here, and it's gonna fall off because there's no glue there, but it's unfoiled, so it's really cool how clear it is. I don't know if you can see it on my fingernail there, but they're in this mix, so it'll take on the look of whatever it's on, but then it does still give that nice yellow tone because it is a light topaz. That's too big. So those are fun, and they're hard to find. They're in here though. Yeah, they're gonna be in there. So this is just a fun little springtime mix on a little egg. Trying not to break it because it is real. And that looks fine. So, and I am kind of doing it where there's plenty of gaps because I kind of want to see the original color of the egg. I think it kind of gives it an interesting tone. So that's why I don't get too crazy with the gaps or worry. I don't worry about the gaps. You have to mind the gap. And so here we go. I'm going to just finish this edge here. And then I have lots more projects to do the rest of the day. And also, I guess the rest of the month, I've got a lineup ready to go. What do you, the unfoiled crystals on? What surface? Oh, you know what? It all depends. They kind of can accent things. The crystals don't come in a perfect shade. Um, it can be a nice texture on something. It can make it look like water droplets on something. That's a really good question, and they don't make a ton of them in Swarovski like that. So yeah, it's just always fun to kind of play. And those were vintage, many more, but they still make the unfoiled and clear, but not many in other colors in Swarovski. I'm not familiar with too many other kinds, but yeah, so they're just kind of fun. And I didn't even know I had that package misorganized, I guess, in a different place. I thought they were normal light topaz, and I opened them up and I was like, oh wow, these are unfoiled. So they went into this mix because they weren't able to be used on what I was looking for when light topaz needs to be quite saturated. So it didn't work out for me. So I learned. Put a nice big one there. So I'll be live on YouTube for now, of course, and then I will probably drop in Facebook and Instagram, just practicing using my equipment and my lighting and my new/old home office. And I guess I'll have to put in more practice time with that other equipment so I can use it properly, because why buy it if you're not going to use it? And it's been sitting in a box for months. So it's time to learn that and use it. Pardon me. Alrighty. This isn't taking very long. I run out of places to hold it because the wet glue maybe. But, is that what I did? No. Yeah, I didn't put my finger in the glue. Or did I? No. Only hold it from the top and the bottom, and we're going to be all ready. Okay. I'm just happy my sound is working now, but then again, I changed cameras completely, and that solved that. So if you get a little bitty clog like I just got with the glue, take your little pen. Always keep it somewhere you're not going to lose it. You need to always maybe even have a special container to put it in. But I put the tip in, I give it a kind of a twist, and see it kind of pulls that little clog right out. And then wipe that on a napkin. Keep that nice and clean. The dry time for this glue is it's workable for 10, 20 minutes. Sometimes depends on the temperature in your room. But the dry time can sometimes be an hour or two. It until it starts to turn clear. You can kind of watch it dry, but kind of gluing quite heavy, so it might take the afternoon for it to actually be really dry. But then you need to let things sit. Pardon me, three to five, if not more. It will say on the label what the cure time is. Even though it might be dry, it's not cured. So you got to give things time to cure. And I'm just going to squiggle the glue on, and then sometimes I have a habit of kind of finger painting it just to get it nice and smooth. It's a non-toxic glue. You don't want to spread it out too thin because the egg does have a kind of a texture on it, but you don't want it too thick as well. Oops. And I thought about using these little guys I found in my vintage section. They are they're check glass, and they're these perfect little teardrop cabochons. So I might I think I'm gonna put those on a phone holder in a little bit. I think, oh, that's got a stone I want. So I'm gonna keep those out and play with that later on. Just to have some fun. I love these little pearls. They're just so sweet. Little half pearls. Or actually, I think they're not even half pearls because they do make them where they're really tall, almost like a 3/4 pearl. But these are pretty cool. Some fun stuff. I like to move the stones around a bit, especially when they're larger, to make sure that glue really grabs underneath them. I'm not pressing down hard. I'm just kind of rolling it around because the curvature of the egg is quite round compared to the flatness of the back of the stone. So you don't want a stone teetering on your round items. So I always give it a little kind of a push to make sure that glue has grabbed all of the flat surface of the stone. Sometimes you don't have to do that, but sometimes like the curvature is a lot, well, it's curved compared to being flat, which is not curved. And I'm going to be listing a few items that we've had for a while for just display, and pardon me, and it's going to be going towards our donation for the emergency COVID-19 combat service to help our first responders, our military through the Gary Sinise Foundation. So maybe this little egg will make it onto the auction as well. But I don't know. I don't know what else we're going to put on there. We'll probably start that on Monday or so. Do a couple of days for that. Just a simple little how to glue. Nice and easy. See how the glue is actually coming clear now? So I should probably add a little more. But for right now, I can feel that it's not going to grab right there. It's too dry. So I don't normally poke at that with my tool, but I didn't rub the tool in glue, so I'm going to place that down. And a few more. I can get a few more in this wet glue because it's still white. And now I'm going to add some more. Just to keep watching where your hands are. The wet glue starts here. And now I'm running out of spots to hold it. Maybe I can do it from the side. Yes, good. Is everyone enjoying the day, trying to make the best of what we're all going through? I hope. I do miss my office. It's not noisy as pretty noisy neighbors in my neighborhood, so it's kind of a hit or miss. Right now, it's pretty quiet, but it won't be for long. I did work from this very office for my first 5 years when I was building the company. And so you learn how to deal with working from home, and you learn how to get on a schedule and things like that. Don't stay in your pajamas all day. Really does help when you're actually trying to be productive and work. You gotta clock in, keep time, treat everything as you would if you were in a normal working environment. If you're doing this for a hobby, well, then you get to do whatever you want. Oh, yeah, so you're at Walmart. Yep, they've got to do something to help the situation. So be careful if you go out, that's for sure. And clean everything you bring back in. Oh, I've got some glue on my tool. Keep those tools nice and clean. I wonder, how does that light look if I turn off this? Does it get too dark or too, maybe too bright? Nah. I'll keep that on. I like to keep putting my finger in the glue and messing it up, so there's that. But just gently move them back. Don't puddle the glue trying to move them back, because that can make some problems. Hi, Charmaine. Yes, we have many classes on my roster, especially for this month. Yes, so many more coming. And most of them are going to be free. So there's that. We've got lots of, I'm going to be doing, let's see, we'll do another egg, and I might even glitter on the egg just to show that you don't have to be, you don't have to use stones on everything. You can embellish with, anything. So we've got, I probably have 30 different projects here on my desk that I have to organize and set cameras up to film, because I can't always use this footage. Sometimes it's not as clear for the class format CrystalNinja Dojo. So we gotta make things nice and clear, and then do all the edits, which takes a long time. Stuff like that. I do have a little clog. I'm trying to get that to come out without a mess. I think that's fine. Pardon me. There we go. Hi, Tanu. Yes, ma'am. I gave up on the actual webcam and just put my phone back up here, which is working out just fine. But I do need to learn the software and the webcam, because it would be more efficient when I'm trying to teach and do recordings. I'm gonna have to do it, but I did hit my frustration level after 2 hours of trying it, and I need to get this done. So I'm on a break from that, But yes, Charmaine, this is definitely the Crystal Ninja Precision Applicator Bottle, and that's on crystalninja.com in the adhesive section. We have plenty in stock. We were out of stock last week, but got lots more in, and my Ninja Susie was able to take more than half of our inventory home of pretty much everything, and she is got her own shipping station in her garage at home. So while she's filling all the orders from home, I'll be here making videos for the kits that she's going to make, and just doing normal everyday duties of our emails, and tool production has actually not gone down. Like, we are getting hit with so many orders, so thank you guys so much. It's letting me able to keep my staff working and working from home, which is fantastic, as long as we can. We've got plenty of work to do. We've got so many backlogs of videos to edit. It might not be in their repertoire that they want to be able to edit videos, but they might have to learn so that we keep the doors open. But not like doors open. Our doors are not open. We have a very private studio situation, but we want to keep everyone with their schedule that they were used to, so it'll be all right. It'll be a little rough for a while, but I'm gonna get through it. Tanu, this is a real egg that my husband cleaned out for me a couple of days ago after he made my breakfast, or I guess during. I have 2 of them. I might do some glitter on this guy, but yeah, see, this one's super light. Has a hole in the top and a hole in the bottom. And this one's actually very heavy. I'm gonna have to weigh this because it's pretty heavy with this. Look, here's one of those 3/4 pearls right there. Oh, can I put him? I'm gonna put a little bit more glue because it sits up tall. I'll put it right at the top. and you want that glue to kind of come up on the edge like a little hug. There we go. That was fun. So yeah, it's a real egg, and I'm going to go ahead and put it with our listings that we're going to put on eBay to have a fun little auction to raise money for the COVID-19 service for through the Gary Sinise Foundation. Awesome. So this little egg is done, and I actually last time I worked on it, I kind of made a foot. But what I didn't think about till, like, I don't know, an hour ago, is that the weight of everything else, if I didn't do that evenly, it may not like to. Why is it buffering? It's so irritating. Good to see you. I see my screen is buffering. There it goes. Okay, good. So you can see it's standing up on its own. If I give it a little shake, it's fine. I mean, it should stand through we had a 4.9 earthquake last night, very near San Diego. So maybe it would have wiggled. But yeah, it's done. It's cute. And this is with the springtime mix. So I was able to do this egg and have pretty much half of the container left. Let's see how much is actually left, because this was from the same container. Oh yeah, totally half. So I'd have probably enough to do another egg, but that's so awesome. There we go. Oh, that one didn't get in there. So the next thing I'm going to do is work on my little ninjas. I'm going to, I think so. I think that's what I'm doing next. Let's put this guy over there. And we don't need these for right now. And that's it. So I've already started. Let's see, I need to move this. I'm trying to keep my desk somewhat organized. It's my new desk here, which is a giant table. I'm not used to working on a big area, but here we are. There we go. Where does this need to be? Turned. Let's see. Let me try to get straight in the screen. And then let's see, this way. So I'm working on my little, it's ceramic. So it's been poured, it's a little poured mold. They're pretty, I mean, they're fragile. They're not like hugely fragile, but this is what I worked on a couple of days ago. And it was just some acrylic paint that I had mixed up previously. And then I clear coated it. I got some color for volcano mixed up from years ago. I forget what I was even working on, but I usually custom mix a lot of my paints. And then I just put a nice polyurethane clear coat on it. It's very old, but you can get a lot of different kinds of clear coats, exterior and interior. So let's put this guy, how about over here? There, he stands up pretty good on his own. Actually, I'm going to keep hitting that, so let's be smart and put him somewhere else. There you go. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to be working on this guy for a couple of hours. And I'm trying to be quiet. My husband is upstairs sleeping. He is a evening ICU nurse at Boa Navy Hospital. So I try to be quiet, even though he can sleep through a train station. Thank you, Rosetta. Thank you, Miss Jenkins. Thank you. Thank you, Tanu. I'm just kind of squiggling the glue on. Same glue. It's very versatile. I do have a clog again. Very versatile glue. I'm just going to give it a little twist. Sometimes it'll grab that clog right out of there. Hi, Sonia. Good to see you. Come on, clog. My napkin over here. Hang on one second. Oh, it was in the bottle. See, there was a clog right there that was getting in that tip. So you got to take that metal tip off to check everything. You got to look down in the tip and make sure it is clear, and it is. It's fine now. Sometimes it happens. Not always, but sometimes. Okay, now it's better. And then make sure there's no glue on your hands when you reach back down on your item. Keep everything clean. Oh, thank you, Miss Rosetta. Yes, thank you so much. Yep. Yep. And thank you for all your years of being a nurse. That's a full job. Now, I don't normally put 5 mixes, but since this guy is so curvy and so tiny, I've got some set out to the side here. So I'll use them as I need them. That way I'm not wasting them, and just because it's a habit of most people, if they see a small stone, they're going to use a small stone. So this mix is SS 16, 12, 9, and there were some 5s last night, but I found some 7s, so I'm kind of changing it up as I go. And I don't want to get them too close. I want the paint to show from behind. So you don't have to get crazy close when you want the paint to show, because it's just going to use less stones. So this little head is almost done. There we go. I have lots of demo videos scheduled that I'm going to film just by myself so that they're nice and quick. But then I'll do some discussions on maybe the How to Crystallize group in Facebook. If you guys are not members over there, go on over and join. Just search groups for How to Crystallize 101 and you'll see us there. Get in there. I got glue on my tool. Shouldn't have glue on your tool. Wipe that off. And so I'll do quite a few different discussions, from just glue choices to tools to, I don't know, lots of stuff. Whatever you guys are interested in. So I think I'm going to do his little tie in a bright orange, but I need to wait on that. So I'm going to continue on his little belly. Yeah. I keep wondering how, yes, Ms. Jenkins, of course, and the How to Crystallize group is public to anyone to join. Just answer the questions for me, and I go in every couple of hours and let you in, and we have lots of projects there. It's not just me showing how, it's lots of the people, because when you want to post in my group, I require you to tell us how you did your project. If everyone's always requiring me to tell them how, then I'm going to require you to tell me how you did it too. So we get to learn from each other. Keeps it nice, interesting, and not just a place where a lot of groups turn into just everyone guerrilla posting of, look at what I made, look what I'm selling, and that's it. Like, they don't offer any help or discussion of anything. So I don't really care for those kind of groups because I want to go learn something. So that's what we do it in the How to Crystallize group. You can ask questions. I can do my best to answer them. And then someone else on the page might answer them too. So that's totally fine. I have a question. It's a good question from Smarter Child. I've been having a hard time estimating how many stones I'd need for a project. I got some glue on my tool there. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. I'm crystallizing steel water bottles. So stainless steel water bottles are very fun to do. And if you look on the Crystal Ninja Dojo .com, we have classes that address both of those, how to price things, how to calculate your stones, and then also how to work on those bottles or the tumblers. So check out that. We got a lot of options for those types of projects. That's a very good question. That's the hardest thing ever for anyone to do when they, especially starting out in this, um, or even as a professional like us. Knowing how many stones you need is always a challenge because, like, for instance, this little guy, he's three-dimensional. He's got little arms and little feet stick out, and how do you measure all of that? But I've narrowed it down to a pretty good formula, and I can monitor the formula from there. And I do give you guys those formulas in those classes as well. So yeah, it's a way to do it. It's maybe not the only way, but I haven't found anyone else to share how they're doing their formulations. So if you guys ever come across a good class, please share it with me. I would love to learn a new way, possibly a better way. There's always tons of ways to do everything. So, but that is what sets us apart from other crystallizing companies, if you will, that no one else is sharing their information. If they're doing it professionally and or selling tools, there's little to do a lot of this stuff. So that's where I'm really trying to make more time, which we definitely have more time now, to help out and teach these techniques and projects to make your projects and hobbies go a lot faster. And this little guy is coming along so cute. Look at him. He's so cute. He's very purple. He doesn't look it on the screen, but he's very purple. Alrighty. Let's try this arm. I know it's going to be a challenge because of the angle, but let's just try. And his head is fine. It's fine. Thank you, Miss Jenkins. I appreciate that. He's just fun. He's been in the warehouse for a long time wrapped up, and I thought now would be a perfect time just to show how easy this bottle is with the glue, and because we have time. So flipping a stone, sometimes you can just let it stay. I'm going to let it stay. It would cause more of a mess if I didn't. And that glue that got on it, it's only on a little bit of it. It will dry clear, but I'm going to push him a little bit over. Now wipe your, whenever you touch something with glue on it, wipe your tool. Always wipe that guy, because then you're going to transfer glue onto other stones if you don't wipe your tools off. And this stone is too big to fit into that little crevice, so I have to go into a flatter area to put a bigger stone. I don't know if it'll let me. There, see how there's glue on that stone? It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Let it dry. You'll never see it once it dries. If you were try to clean that right now, you'll just make a mess. Just leave it alone. Let it go. Press that guy in. So I'm going to use smaller stones in this curvature of his arm. the bigger stones would kind of teeter and not touch the glue the right way. So curves kind of take a little bit longer to work on. And that one fit just fine. I'm going to try not to move so that you can see this little part. I'm going to rest him down so I'm not moving. There we go. See, too big. There we go. Hi, Cassandra. Yes, he's coming along. I'm back on my bed. He's a nice, relaxing, slow project. And he's going to be... Oh, I don't know if I can do that. We'll have some things up in the auction, but maybe not. It's just a set of 3. I gotta do... Hi, Sonia. Good question on a diamond painting. No, I'm not going to put together a diamond painting kit in Swarovski because those would have way more colors than Swarovski offers, and it would cost tens of thousands of dollars to do a diamond painting kit. So, yeah, that's not. I mean, I suppose I've done similar things. If someone really wants me to design something for them and help them with that kit, and they have the budget, then yes, I'm here to help. But those would be tens of thousands of dollars. So when you're ready, I'm ready. But other than that, you can totally get the one that you like, and they give you the map and the formula of all the colors, and then they don't tell you how many, do they? They never do, because they're with little tiny pieces of plastic that don't cost but a hundredth of a penny. So they just give you a ton. I've even seen where some sites give you a whole kit for free if you happen to drop it or dump it. So, I'm going to stay away from creating or developing any kind of a diamond painting kit like that, because until the demand is out there. Let's see, I'm going to put him face down easily. He's going to take a little nap while we work on here. Yeah, this table shakes, which shakes the camera. So sometimes the glue is not sticky enough to pull that stone off, but if you just be patient with it, see how I kind of tap things sometimes, they'll come off. Trying to stay in the shot. Working for the camera is a whole lot different than just trying to work, because I'm actually upside down and can't really see his arm because the camera is in the way. Kind of, sort of. Or the light. My light is in the way. Thank you, Miss Jenkins. Check back in. I'll be on. If not every single day, a couple of times a day probably. I really want to get that other camera situation learned so I can show links to stuff and other videos, or interaction and stuff. So thanks. Yes, Tanya, you sure will. You're gonna love it. Oh yes, I've seen lots of Cubics rubes crystallized. Those are fun. Super fun, and so easy. If you just follow the squares, you get nice straight lines. I've seen some that didn't quite follow the squares, but maybe that was their intention. Maybe it was an impressionistic version, which is fine. That's fine too. Okay, so his little arm is looking okay and weird. Now see up in this, I don't know you can see it. I'm trying to turn things really slowly. So yeah, now you can see his inside his little elbow. I'm gonna move this guy over. It's really hard to get in here, even with this amazing tool, the Crystal Katana. Yay! Okay, now put a tiny one in there. If you hit the edge of him, it will knock the stone off. Hit the glue, and the stone sticks to the glue. Okay. Not too bad. So he is going to go face down. And I'm going to zoom back out a bit. Oh, my phone's getting really hot. So it might stop working. But that's what else we learned today. And if you get too, so I've wiped off the glue bottle there. If you get too much glue, I have a habit of a finger. It is a very non-toxic um, water-based glue, and then wipe your finger off. Just like that. Totally fine. What size stones? You know what? It depends on you and your budget. You have to, I've seen them done in SS5s and I've seen them done in SS20s. So it's really kind of what your taste is and what you like. You get to choose. I guess I'll use a tiny one right there. I need to write down something. Oh, before I forget, ink pen. Get some stuff, and then the other camera to try with the software. Okie dokie. Hi Aisha. We are using the CrystalNinja Precision Applicator Bottle pre-filled with the Fusion Tack. And we do have those on the site ready to go. And we are still shipping. Ninja Susie has moved most of our warehouse to her garage and is shipping orders 2 and 3 times a week. So not strictly every single day like we were doing, just in case something arises and she's unable to, but we are definitely still shipping, but everyone is still staying home and staying safe. And I'm coming to you guys from my home office, which is where I built the company many years ago. Actually, I guess I started it in a closet on a shelf that my husband made for me. And now look at it. It's a full-blooded nightmare. I mean, you know, amazing, incredible. No one who would have thunk it? Not me. But here we are. These glasses give me a stuffy nose. They pinch my nose. That's a good question, Charmaine. We choose stone sizing according to what the client wants. We give them options for one size, two sizes, or like a main one size with some fillers, different fill techniques, and then also this, and this can be changed. The sizes of stones can be changed to help the budget raise or lower depending on what the look that they want. So we choose things because it's what they chose. Now I'm choosing this fill pattern on this because it accentuates the shape of this little character, and it's kind of what I had available. So there's not like a huge science to how we choose it. It's to what the client wants. Now to use one size on this, he's so curvy, it would probably look a lot like a nightmare. I've seen people try it and they like it, and if they like it, that's great too. So, but yeah, having it sprinkle the sizes, you see the shape of the item, not the fill pattern first. So, it takes a ton of practice to be able to do a honeycomb fill pattern on a curvy item because it can go really wrong really fast. Oh, very cool. Yeah, golf cart. Yeah, for sure. Yep, some fun stuff. Let's see. His hand is going to be a little tricky because, let's see. So I'm going to go heavier on the glue because your stones are flat and these are curves. So if you were to put, let's see if I can get this a little bit more evenly. So if you were to be using giant stones, let's grab, even those aren't giant, a 16, and you wanted to put a 16 on his knuckle, you could probably see that it will teeter and it doesn't really fit. Maybe. I don't know if it's going to focus, but that's not the right size stone for that because it's barely sitting on the curvature of his little knuckle. Now, if you were going to move it to the back of his hand, it's a little better, but it's still pretty curvy. So you have to go down a size or a few sizes when you're working on curvy stuff. Tanyu, it's just called How to Crystallize 101. And it has some fun stuff in it. Like I'm not in there every single day saying, this is how you do this and this and this, because most of our how-tos need to go through the classroom platform, the Crystal Ninja Dojo. But I can answer questions, or it's just a great place for you to share your projects and tell people how you made them as well. And not that Tanya needs to know this because I know she's aware, but we don't allow any copyrighted logos or reproductions of anything without permission, things like that. So we got to keep everything nice, and we're very transparent about the face, but you're still wrong. It's illegal. So that's always fun when somebody wants to debate that when they're not even a lawyer, but that's okay because that's what we're here for. And I don't have a ton of problem with that in my group because it gets reported pretty quickly when I can't monitor the situation. So, and some people just don't know. So I'm not ever here to be like upset, like, you better not do this, because I really don't care what you do, but I want you to be educated enough to know that Disney's going to come after you and they're going to take your house. Period. And Chanel would not have designed that cell phone case, so it's not going to be a legit piece. Just saying. Just saying, y'all. Let's see, I need some new glue. So yeah, his little arm is going to be like a nub. You can't even tell he's got knuckles and stuff. But I might be able to use some negative spacing through here. to make those shapes show up. But I don't know, he's going to give me some problems for sure. Let's just try to get the glue on here. No, Disney does not mess around because they have worked for decades to make their designs, and that's what people like to argue that, oh, they're a big company, you know, I don't know if they think they didn't create those images and those designs, but someone did. Someone worked hard studying that brand and that marketing and that feel and that all of that. I mean, hundreds of people work together to create that. And when you just take it because you think, oh, well, I'm just going to do this for me and I'm just going to sell, 28 of them on Etsy and I'm not hurting anybody. You're hurting a lot of people. And it's, as an artist, if you think you're a designer and an artist, you're disrespecting those artists that have created that work by doing something like that. So it all runs downhill. It all will come back to you. And that's not just my opinion. That's just the facts. It's the law. LAW law. But it is fun to get in a group and they're all, oh, I'm just going to do this. Oh, it doesn't matter. Well, they don't even know. They don't even know what they're talking about. And then they're influencing other people. Well, this person said it was okay to do it. Well, who is that person? They don't even know what they're talking about. Why would you ever listen to a stranger in some strange Facebook group that has zero credentials? There's a couple of really good copyright Facebook groups. I don't see any of those people in those groups. Nope. They're just rambling off what they thought they could do because they saw somebody else do it, and that's not going to hold up when they're knocking at your door and they're going to take your house. Just saying. I like my house. I love my house. I'm going to stay as long as I can. Longer than my husband cares. He ain't getting away. Oh, we continue. Yes, I'll be. Once I'm done here, I always go check notifications I try to check every couple of hours, but hey, you know how it is. It's a lot of work. It's a ton of work with all the messages and the notifications and the DMs and the instant messages and plus emails and normal phone calls and discussions, etc., etc. See that one? He's kind of teetering. Oh, there it went. I made the glue kind of fill that up. So even though it's heavy gluing, it needs to be because these are like on edges and they're kind of teetering on these curves. So you want to, I like to use the word kind of backfill with the glue. Tell you, I sleep a lot. I sleep just fine. It's just that every waking hour, I try to be really productive. And, you know, I don't have kids. I don't have family to work on and be with. And the hours that the husband is off, he is sick of me. So I got things to do, man. But I wouldn't change it for the world. Cassandra, that's a good question. And he is, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, what's a good movie he's like? The Jackal. He can do freaking anything. And he's really, really good at it when he tries it. So, yes, he can definitely glue stones, and he is really good at it. But ICU nurse, um, and the head of his department. I can't pay him enough. He would rather go ride his bike or sit and do nothing and watch TV because I can't pay him what he gets paid. So it's he's a business guy. He's like, that doesn't make good business for me if I bedazzle with you all day when I could be doing nothing. So he's a fun guy. But he has helped us in a pinch. He helped me once about 14 years ago when I had a really big job. And then he helped me once 3 or 4 months ago when we had a really big job. And that was it. He helps in lots of other ways, but gluing is not, he doesn't really care to glue. He builds us anything and everything we want for the warehouse or for production. He gets everything nice and organized, or not organized, but like the process and procedure, because he's military, so he um, helps me to, stay on track and to just be more productive. But if he wanted to glue more, I would love for him to. But I know he's always there when he's super duper needed. But he needs to rest. He works very hard at his job, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit there because it's on the very edge of this curve. Even a 5 was teetering, so I want that guy to get in there. And I have glue on my tool. See, how does this even happen? There, wipe that off. Trying to stay on the white part of the mat so you guys can see. It's kind of hard to see with all the stones and then you put all the stones on top. So I'm trying to do a lot of things at once. That's too big. He's cute. His little fist. He's like my little fat grandbaby niece. Or yeah, grand niece. Not my grandchild. I don't have any kids, but she's my grand niece. Little chubby hands, just like mine. Okay, this is a hard spot to get to. Did I wipe that on something? All right, get in here. I gotta take a break and go stretch. And he's gonna be waking up soon. I don't know what time it is. Oh, we'll be on an hour. Okay, that's good. That's good. Aisha asked how long. This is probably, if I was to sit and just work, it's this probably right at a 2-hour job. But because I'm chatting with you guys, it does go a lot slower. Angle where I can't really see very well because I'm trying to let the camera see more. But this is probably a 2-hour job. Too big. Why do I keep going for the big ones? Let's do a little more. So I guess it's perfect for doing an hour at a time or so. Too big. Thank you. Okay, his little hand is almost done. Oh, get back on there. That didn't let go. Let go. This is letting me know. Yep, see, I had some glue on my tool. A lot of people don't even see when that happens. It happened to me just now, and I don't even know where that glue came from. So always wipe your tools off. Hopefully you wipe it before you email me and say the tool doesn't work, because the tool does work. And then pull that glue off, because that's what happens. And I don't like to wipe it with my fingers like this, because you're just putting finger oil in this tool. So keep some alcohol wipes very near. I have to unpack mine. Um, Cassandra, do I ever work with my left hand? Well, I sure do. I think I did it the other day in a video. What was I doing? Oh, when I used the super grip glue, the one part instant, I put the glue in one hand and the stones or the tool in the other. So yeah, for sure. Or if you start getting cramps in one hand or the arm when you're doing this professionally for many hours, it definitely helps out to switch hands. And many people say, "Oh, I could never do that," but did you try? You gotta try it. You'd be surprised. All right, this guy is done. Well, his little arm is done. I'm done with him for now. Yes, it's very time consuming for sure, but you got to get faster. If it's a business, you got to get faster. If it's a hobby, who cares? Enjoy it. Relax. Okay. And there you have it. That's an hour and almost 10 minutes of gluing on to this little ninja and this super cute Easter egg. Super cute. And I have a stand for him, and he stands up all by himself. He's so cute. All right, guys. Y'all have a good afternoon. I'm here. I'm going to go round up some grub, and I'll be back on probably, I don't know, maybe Facebook later. Who knows? I'll have to surprise you. You know, surprise.